Well, there's an explosive report that has now come to light, and we will be delving deep into it, getting multiple reactions, because this is all about OpenAI or artificial intelligence. There is a certain report that alleges that there has been attempts of interference, foreign interference, in the ongoing elections, pointing fingers at an Israeli firm for orchestrating an anti-BJP campaign. This content allegedly aims to disrupt the ongoing election process by spreading misinformation online. According to the report by OpenAI, there have been a cluster of accounts allegedly operated from Israel that have been implicated in covert operations. Now, these accounts were purportedly utilized to generate and edit content aimed at influencing the 2024 elections. The content was disseminated across various platforms of social media, including X, Facebook, Instagram, websites, and YouTube. Now, as we delve deeper into the implication of these revelations, we also talk about exactly when it comes to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who had once hinted, and that too exclusively speaking 2 times now, over a possible level of interference that seems to be taking when it comes to the ongoing elections, the Lok Sabha elections, to influence the voters, to influence the minds. However, the targeted audiences in India focused mainly on criticizing the ruling BJP and praising the opposition. However, what is being said that this campaign was detected and thereafter disrupted, but there were a range of tactics that were employed to create an illusion of engagement and authenticity. Remember, nothing was real. This is all generated by AI. This is all generated by artificial intelligence. Let me go across to Rishabh now. Rishabh, what does this OpenAI report say? We also talk about a certain involvement of an Israeli firm. To which extent that did they go when it comes to manipulating the voter mind? Rishabh, if you can tell us about this report, please. So what is being said till now as we connect with our reporters, as far as the interference which has now been suggested in the recent Lok Sabha elections, which is ongoing, today being the last and the final and the 7th phase of the Lok Sabha elections, this was a covert operation and attempt to rather influence the minds of the people, of the public at large, and especially when it comes to the anti-BJP agenda that was being spread. Because remember, when it comes to certain articles, certain comments, such articles that were generated to project an anti-BJP mindset. This is said to be an Israeli firm that allegedly meddled when it comes to the ongoing Lok Sabha elections. However, what is being said that this campaign was detected and thereafter disrupted as well. It created fictional personas on social media tailored to specific variables like age, gender, location. There were fake accounts that were set up. So none of this was actually real because everything was generated on the basis of AI. But this was an attempt to fabricate an impression of genuine audience interaction. So it will completely look like that the person who has been commenting on such articles is actually a real one, but it is not so. We have Meenakshi with us, who will specifically take us through the main pointers, Meenakshi, in that report. And of course, we are told that a union minister has also reacted on.
Well, absolutely, Amita, and we'll talk about that reaction as well. But first, let us take our viewers to exactly what the report says. Obviously, we have our reporters also who will be joining us very shortly. Now, talking about the report, this is the report, a sensational, a bombshell claim to say the least. And this is happening in the middle of the polls. This is just 2 to 3 days before, of course, we have the results coming in, and a sensational claim like this coming to the fore. I'm going to read some excerpts from the report verbatim. Now, the report talks about some clusters which were, disrupting the online space, creating some sort of a motivated post and agenda and peddling it online. And then it goes on to say, talking about other countries, how, social media posts were given out in Hebrew, etc. And finally, in May, the network began generating comments that focused on India, criticizing the ruling BJP party and praised the opposition Congress party. Sometimes the network appears to have flipped its account from one topic to another. For example, accounts which had earlier posted about Canada switching focus to USA and India. So what this means, to simplify this for our viewers, that in May itself, that OpenAI had seen that there was some India specific, content which was being created, comments which were being pushed and peddled in the online space, and the, what it was doing, the idea of these posts and these comments basically was to criticize the ruling BJP party. If you, imagine as a viewer, if you have a mobile phone in your hand, you go to the comment section and you see multiple posts, against the ruling BJP party, it is likely, or at least possible to say the least, to influence the voters' mind. So was it done to manipulate the mandate? Was this done to manipulate the voting pattern? We'll have to wait and watch. But obviously, as you said, that this has led to a massive slugfest online as well. Union Minister, one of them has, responded on the same. We'll talk about it. But this really is the part which we'd like to highlight from the report.
Right. Meenakshi, right next to that tab, you can see Rajiv Chandrasekhar's tab also there. We can read out exactly what he has been saying over this, because the reaction that is also coming on part of the government officially, that too needs to be pointed out. As far as this OpenAI report is concerned, of course, many would suggest and would think that for India, or for Indian citizens, especially who have been voting this time around, many of them were said to be critical of the BJP and in support of the opposition party. In the meantime, we also have Rishabh with us right now. Rishabh, to what extent are we looking at this interference that may have been attempted to take place with the ongoing elections?
Going by the OpenAI report, what we are gathering that before this company could establish itself in social media with its comments, with its posts, it was stopped by OpenAI. As for OpenAI's software was being used by this company for creating and decimating content on social media. And as Meenakshi was pointing out, the same accounts which were busy peddling, influential tweets for US and Canada by January and February. By March and April, the same account started working with respect to India. And here, ruling party, the BJP, was targeted by these accounts, is what the OpenAI report suggests. And in favor of opposition, main opposition party Congress, is again what this suggests. So it would be very interesting to see whether this company was functioning on the indications of people from India, or were the external powers involved. That is part of investigation that will happen. We have heard the Union Minister also talking about it. The OpenAI says that by May, it has thwarted the whole attempt, which means by the time the elections began, these accounts were stopped by OpenAI. Also, a related report has come in from Meta, where an anti-India agenda was being peddled by certain accounts on Facebook and Instagram, as well as the social media platform X. And that has also been stopped by Meta, is what we are given to understand.
4 जून 2024 ये तारीख भारत का भविष्य तय करने जा रही है।
4 जून नरेंद्र मोदी हिंदुस्तान के प्रधानमंत्री नहीं रहेंगे।